Former White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer there discussing a possible U.S. shift in its stance towards Russia. This after the Trump administration sends its strongest message yet to Moscow by slapping those sanctions on 19 Russians for meddling in the 2016 presidential election and for waging cyber attacks against our nation's power grid. Fox News Sunday anchor Chris Wallace is here prepping for his show this weekend. We thank you for your time this morning, Chris. So are we witnessing this president taking more confrontational stance against Russia?
Well, it certainly is one of the toughest things he's done since he became president towards Russia. But picking up on what Sean Spicer just said, I would push back and say that it's neither bold nor swift. The fact is that these were sanctions that were passed overwhelmingly. I think the vote was 98-2 in the Senate back last July. And there was a lot of complaints from Republicans as well as Democrats. Why hadn't the president actually imposed these sanctions that have been authorized by Congress? He invoked some of them yesterday, but there are major sanctions that were still in his arsenal, that were still approved by Congress to go after the defense industry and other industries in Russia that the president did not impose yesterday. So this was a middle step, stronger than what he's done, but not nearly as far as he could have gone.
And Mac Thornberry, the chairman, joined us earlier, Chris, and said really the same things and suggested some possible sanctions that, in a way that the administration could move further. Possibly that's already under consideration by the president.
Well, yeah, and it is interesting. There are things that are left that the president could do. It's also interesting, though. I mean, look, this president is clear has had a curious relationship with Russia and with Vladimir Putin. He has not wanted to criticize him. He's wanted to be conciliatory. The talk about wanting to establish a new, more positive relationship certainly makes sense. But in the wake of all the things that the Russians did in 2016, what they continue to do, what we hear from the intelligence community about how they're continuing to target our electoral process, and now we find out that there were these attacks on the power grid, nuclear power plants, electrical grids in 2016 that we didn't even know about. It is interesting, and it's interesting also that the president has not been as tough personally in his rhetoric as, for instance, his UN ambassador, Nikki Haley, was this week at the UN in going after Russia, as the president was in a written statement with our allies in Britain and Germany and France, talking about abhorring the attack, the nerve agent attack on that former Russian spy in Britain and his daughter. The president yesterday said it's a sad situation. It looks like Russia is involved, but he hasn't been as tough and as confrontational. And we know this president, when he wants to, can talk plenty tough.
What a week it has been, starting out with the ouster of Rex Tillerson, and now word of a possible further shakeup inside of the White House, and a couple of big confirmation hearings set to take place in April now with Mike Pompeo. Chris, you've got a lot to talk about on your show this weekend.
We do indeed, and who knows what's going to happen between now and Sunday. But we are going to be talking to Trey Gowdy, the chairman of the House Oversight Committee, also a member of the House Intelligence Committee. We'll talk about Russia, the Trump administration's response to it, also the Russia investigation and the call for a second special counsel to investigate bias or maybe even corruption in the FBI and Department of Justice. We'll also talk to the #2 Democrat in the Senate, that's Dick Durbin,